Y'all, we're back with another video for you guys today. So we got the unboxing of the Elgato or Elgato 4K X, ladies and gentlemen. So I originally did this video earlier and it kind of got messed up because I had my Go XLR plugged into a hub, and for some reason it glitched out and the audio was just completely messed up. So that's on me for not actually reviewing my film. So I gotta redo this one and redo the Elgato Stream Deck Plus for you guys. But with the Elgato HD6 Elgato 4K, I know I keep calling it HD60. The Elgato 4KX is the newest external capture card on the market from Elgato. If you guys know me, everything that is my YouTube equipment is Elgato. The ring lights you guys see right now, the microphone, the boom arm, the XLR, the Stream Deck. So everything mainly, because that was the first type of product I was actually going into. No offense to Ava Media, but this is something that I know for my Madden content people, my NCAA, you guys will get into content. You guys have newer gen consoles. Probably wonder what can I get, what capture card do I need to get. It also depends, which we'll talk about in this video. But this is the Elgato 4KX. I have owned the Elgato HD, Elgato HD60, HD60S, which is the one I've been traveling with. You guys know I'm not at home and I'm at my girlfriend's house. I can essentially, I take that with me on the go. I just can't record 4K if you happen to have a 120 hertz monitor. With that one, it's still really good. You just can't capture it. It's for like PS4, PS3 back in the day and stuff like that. So, but I'm currently was using Elgato HD 4K Mark II. That's what I was using for the last 2-3 years. I just never had the opportunity to record 4K because it takes a lot out of your system. It takes a lot of CPU usage. It also takes a lot of your memory. So unless you have a lot of storage space, it's kind of tough to do 4K. But this is the direction that the content creation is going to be going. It's 4K and eventually 8K, ladies and gentlemen. So unfortunately, you guys will be seeing the things that I was doing during the video. So I think I should delete the photo. So we'll do the complete unboxing all over again. I kind of took everything out, but I'll do it all over again for you guys, show you guys what you're actually going to need, what you're going to use. But essentially, for true 4K capture with HDR and VRR, unfortunately, guys, I can't do VRR because I have an old school monitor. Because this one, the PS4 Pro first came out, and you kind of needed a 60 hertz HDR with 4K. Wasn't that many on the market, especially I was on a budget. So I never really eventually upgraded to 120, 144, or 240. So I never really essentially upgraded, so I can't take advantage of the VRR support. Of course, the PS5, the Xbox, and more, which is Nintendo Switch, the PS4, PS4 Pro, Xbox, Xbox One, even Xbox 360. Unfortunately, PS3, you can't do it. You got to buy like a hub or an adapter, which I know I did the video like 2-3 years ago with that. But unfortunately, you can't get that to work with the PlayStation 3. I still have my PS3, unfortunately. Essentially plug and play from Windows, Macs, and you can even use your iPad, the newer gen iPad, as long as it's USB Type C. You use that to record with the Elgato 4KX, which I can't do it for you guys to showcase for you guys because I have an old school iPad, unless I can use like an adapter. But unfortunately, I can't use my iPad to test out footage for you guys if you're looking to record. High frame rate support, obviously 144, which I'll go over the pass through and the capture. You have ultra low latency, HDR capture 10, HDR tone mapping, audio input, HDMI 2.1 interface, USB 3.2 Gen 2 interface. Keep in mind, especially with the last two, mainly the last one, if your PC, your gaming PC or your laptop doesn't have a USB 3.2 gen, if you don't have that port, it's not going to be as effective, or it might not even work because you need that. Because with this one, it usually is a USB Type C, but you got to have a USB Gen 2 to even get the full capability, the high speed, the frame rate, stuff like that. So if you don't have that on your PC or laptop, it's not going to be effective. Get the older models, HD. I know it's the Elgato 4K, get the HD60S Plus, or even get an internal capture card. But because if not, it's not going to work with your system. So for the system recommendations, requirements actually, Windows 10, Mac OS for my Mac users, iPad 17 or later, sixth generation Intel Core i5 CPU, AMD Ryzen 5 or better. Nvidia GeForce GTX 10 or RTX, which is what I have, RTX 3080. So that's essentially what you're really going to need. So this is what I currently have right now. Now you're going to have the Elgato software to get the drivers to actually get it to work with OBS or any other recording software that you actually use. But this is essentially it. I don't know if you guys actually see it. So like usually I'll do the unboxing. So this is essentially what it looks like. Let me see if I can lower my camera for you guys right here. As you see the LEDs on, 'cause I actually got it turned on at the moment. This is going to be it right here. Like I said at the box right here. This is going to be the audio in. You're going to need this for your, mainly for PlayStation people, because Sony still doesn't allow us to use it, and this just blocks out the audio whenever you plug a headset into your computer. So if you happen to, you have to buy it. It's like $20 or go with the original Elgato Chat Link or the Chat Link Pro. You need that to capture your gameplay audio and your chat audio, not all. Or you can just plug it into your, you can plug it in, because you obviously can plug your headphones into your monitor or your speakers or whatever and get the audio from there. You just want to get your chat audio, but you're really going to need this for your Nintendo Switch and your PlayStation. It comes with its own HDMI, which is going to be really, really good, because I recommend using the stuff Elgato gives you. I wouldn't recommend losing it or tearing it up. Now, their cable support is actually really, really good, really, really cool, because it's pretty strong. But they do give you a USB Type C cable, which is, I believe, also has 8K. I'm kind of glad I'm with my phone. I got another Amber Alert, but it's going to be 8. I think it supports up to 8K, which is kind of crazy. So, you also have your USB, the one that gives you. I hooked it up to my monitor, so also have it right here. Now, let me go over the pass through and the capture capabilities for you guys with this Elgato. Let me go over the essentially the pass through, which allows you to play, not record, play. So for the 4K Pro, which is the internal capture card, which is like what, $40 more, $60 more, you can pass through 1080p through 60, 120, 144, 240 FPS, 1440p, 60 through 240, 60 through 240 in 4K. And for 8K, you can record only in 60, which is 8K, which at the moment, unless you're spending so much money, which you can play through it, unless you got a TV or a crazy monitor, you can do it. Now, far the pass through with the 4KX, which we currently have right now, which is cheaper. For 1080p, you can do 60 through 240 FPS. 1440p, you can do 60 through 240 FPS. For 4K, you can do 60, 120, and 144. You can't do 240, which is fine, but just keep that in mind. The 4K Pro can actually go up to 240 in pass through, which I don't think I'll ever get that for that. Probably gonna be very expensive. Now, as far as capture, this is what you can record in. We'll go over to 4K Pro. Even the 4KX is in the middle if you guys want a cheaper option. But with that, you can capture up to 1080p 30 through 240. You can capture 1440p 30 through 144. 4K, you can do 30 through 60. Keep that in mind. 30 through 60, ladies and gentlemen. For the more expensive card, now for the 4KX, which the one we currently have at the moment, you can do 1080p 30 through 240, 1440p 30 through 1440, 144 frames rate 1440p 30 frames through 144, 4K 30 through 144. So you can capture up to 120 to 144, which is pretty crazy. That's something that you, so essentially for the cheaper card, obviously you can future proof with your 8K, but for your future card, I kind of recommend going with this because you can at least capture 120 and 144. You can't do 30. You can't even do it with the more expensive card. So that's something I do kind of recommend. Save you a little bit more money. I know with the Best Buy to get this, and you can kind of, is also the reason why I kind of don't like this, because it's in the way on the floor. But with the internal, it kind of saves you some space. But I mean, for more bang for your buck, and you get more production out of it. So, but for the 8K, I don't have an 8K monitor TV, which is gonna be hella expensive because you gotta get HDR, and also comes in the factor and stuff like that. So once again, if you're going to be doing this, check out the Elgato website for you guys. You guys actually kind of want to see. So this is like a week, 2 weeks later since I recorded the entire intro of the Elgato 4KX, and I had to return it, as you guys can see from the title, probably at the beginning. Whenever, I don't know when I'm in the title, but I had to return it for a couple reasons. Why? I'm gonna show footage of me actually doing it. I went back to my Elgato 4K Mark II. One, it worked fabulous. I'm very familiar with the Elgato products. The only issue, the main issue I actually have with it, I went ahead and purchased a new monitor, 4K, 144 hertz, HP OLED. I already did an unboxing video on it. Every time I would connect the Elgato to the monitor and I want to play a game that would be 4K 120 or 144 on my Xbox Series X, it legit, when I start a game, the screen will go, it will flicker off, and it wouldn't come back onto the game. On my OBS or my 4K utility capture software, it will legit show perfectly fine. Now, sometimes it will come. I mean, Now sometimes it won't do that. Now actually when I start a game, it will actually flicker off and flicker back onto the game normally with the OBS working. But when I close the app or switch to another game, it would just flicker off and it wouldn't come on. So I just kept having issues with it, trying to get it to work. I even asked on Reddit, people would say mess with the EDID settings. It still kept messing up for me. But when I completely disconnected from the Elgato and I just connected the PS5 or the Xbox strictly to the monitor, it worked perfectly fine. Turn on the game, it'll flicker off, flicker on within a second. I will close the app, flicker off, flicker on, it will come on. So I personally think it was more the Elgato more than the monitor and with the EDID settings. So I really wanted to play in 4K 120 hertz, but with the headache and then sometimes if I'm streaming, I don't have time to do it. Now, even sometimes when I will legit turn like try to turn the monitor off, it will put my PlayStation 5 in rest mode. I don't want to take no risk to put it in rest mode, and for some reason it wouldn't come back on. So for me, I had to return the monitor and the capture card. So I'm gonna continue to use this. I'm doing 4K 60 anyway. I went back to record in 1080p 60 FPS. It takes way too long to render 4K videos, which I've been doing that, but I forgot how long it actually took, even with the NVIDIA graphics GPU doing the accelerated processing. It takes so long. So for at the moment, I'm gonna keep the same stuff that I got right now with my old monitor. So if you guys haven't had this product, let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about it. But for sure, if you guys are looking to do 4K 60, you can still pick this one up, or even with the 4K Mark II if you have an internal PCIe on your motherboard. But for sure, nothing wrong with the 4KX if you able to even have a 4K 120 display. It's a great advantage. I personally, from my experience, it wouldn't work for me. So hope you guys enjoyed the video, man. I'm out, y'all. Peace. You.